If you're feeling stressed and you don't know what to do, but you want to take control of yourself, this video is for you. Hello everyone, my name is Swan. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a real one, like, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions or topic you want me to touch on, let's get started. So, I've personally been feeling really anxious these days, and I don't know, I've just had an icky feeling about it. And today I realized how much of a negative space I was in, and I was really just not taking this as an opportunity like I always try to do. So I'm trying to share my experience and tricks that I've developed so that maybe it can help you, and I hope it will. The first thing is that you don't want to see this as a negative thing, because I don't know if you've ever heard the analogy of this monk that was living on the farm, and then his son found a horse, and all the villagers were saying, wow, this is such a good thing happening to you, and he was like, good or bad, we will see. And then his son was riding on the horse and he broke his leg, and everyone was saying, this is such a bad thing that happened to your son, and he said, good or bad, we shall see. And then there was a war that broke out, and his son didn't get enrolled because his leg was broken. Then everyone was saying, this is such a good thing. The monk said, good or bad, we shall see. All that to say that you never know if something is good or bad, because think of all the negative experiences that you've had in your past and how much you grew from them and how much they taught you. And this is exactly the same thing. If you're feeling anxious, you might see this as a negative thing, but to me it's a great thing, because you get the opportunity to deal with your anxiety better. Because how would you get better if you don't get worse? For example, if you want to become more friendly and then you're in situations that force you to become this way, for example, group settings, you get invited to a party and then you're at that party and you feel so anxious and it's not good, and oh no, life is awful, I'm so stressed, blah blah blah. But you asked for this, you wanted to become more social, you were put in a situation to be more social, so you need to see this as a good thing. When you're in these situations that you wished for, it's never exactly the way you picture them, but that's normal. But you need to make the best out of them and remind yourself that you wish for this, because when you're in the situation and you're on your way to becoming the person you want to be, you forget what you asked for and you only see the things that are negative. But you shouldn't only see the tree in front of you, you should see the whole forest in the back. It might seem so big and so dramatic, but it's because you're in the action of it. Once you pass through this, you'll be so proud of yourself and you're going to feel so much better because you overcome it. The greater the perseverance, the greater you will feel afterwards, because you put so much effort into becoming who you wanted to be. So if you're feeling anxious, think of this. The second thing is that you cannot control the events that happen to you, but you can control the way you react to them. That's the only thing you can control, is your reaction. So you can basically control everything. In my eyes, that's how I feel, because I can control my reality. That's all that matters. So are you going to choose to see this as something that brings you down, or are you going to use this to your advantage? That's what you need to do. Use this to your advantage. Rewire your thinking, rewire your brain pattern. Neuroplasticity proves that the brain works like a muscle. You can rewire your brain. You can change the way you think. You can change the way you are. But if you identify yourself as this thing and you don't think you can change, you obviously will not. But you need to see this as a good thing, as an opportunity to become better, to grow, to mature from these harsh emotional experiences. See this experience from an outsider's point of view, because when you're so in your emotions, it's really hard to see the benefits. But try to see it from an outsider's point of view. Try to see it as if you were your future self looking back right now, what would you say to yourself? You would want yourself to make the most of it so that you don't waste any experience in life. You want to give everything your all, don't you? I know in the moment it feels so hard, but you need to do it for yourself. Not for anyone else, but for yourself. The more you do it, the less stress you will feel. It's like working out. The more you work out, the stronger you are. Because you exercise those muscles, you put them in a state of stress so that they had to become stronger. And the thing is that anxiety, it's mental. So it's obviously harder because you have to think, and then there's all these negative things that just amplify and there's more and more, and it just seems to become this thing that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But you have the ability to make it simpler. If other people could do it, why wouldn't you be able to? And that's all I'm saying. You choose your reality. Then you can find tricks to help you, like walking, journaling, cooking, baking. Try to focus on your end goal and align your daily habits with it. Make a vision board so that you have a very mental, visual picture of it that is very concrete. I personally like to link any picture that I put in my visual board with a way I want to feel, so that it's not necessarily a material goal, but it's more so a mental one. It helps so much, honestly. And prioritize yourself in the very small things. For example, instead of going on social media when you feel down, tired, try to read a book, at least a couple of pages if you like that. Find something that you really like and replace going on social media, which more often than not drains you, with something that creates, like art, reading, that fuels your thoughts and pushes you towards creativity, positivity, any value that you value. Find things that align with that you like, and replace your negative habits with positive ones that will lead you and make it easier for you to become this person. And remind yourself the same things over and over. I have quotes everywhere, on my phone, on my computer, on my mirror, everywhere. I'm surrounded by it, so that my subconscious always thinks of this, and maybe it catches on to thoughts that I cannot. Become more aware of your thoughts and be kind to yourself. Always be kind to yourself. I love you. I hope this video was helpful, and I wish you an amazing day.